The next leg of the stool is income planning, and it's a very important leg because during our lifetime we were working and we were having that income coming in each month, each week, throughout the years of our life. But now we've got to have other sources for income, and we got to figure out where we're going to get that income from. One of the important things that we're going to have to look at is Social Security. And when are we going to start taking Social Security? Frankie, why don't you tell us when we should start taking Social Security?
Well, I can't tell you exactly when you would take Social Security unless I knew when you were going to die. If you told me exactly that, then I could tell you the best time to take it. See, if you were going to pass away next year, it's probably best that you start taking it now so you can get in while the getting's good.
Well, most folks aren't going to pass away next year.
Right.
What about for folks that, are intending to live a nice long lifestyle? They've got a long life history. What do we normally plan for?
Yeah, so that's an excellent question. So what we normally plan for is to defer Social Security down the road, especially if you have the investments where you can draw from that income during that time that you're deferring Social Security. And you can see here that it grows significantly as you wait from age 62 to 70. Each year from 67 to 70, or full retirement age to 70, you're going to be getting an 8% bump in your Social Security. So if you can just wait those 3 years, that's going to be able to get you an 8% bump each year, which I don't know about you guys, but I don't know anywhere that you can get an 8% guaranteed bump on any investment. So to get it on your Social Security oftentimes makes sense.
So, looking at this graph, I could see that at 62, somebody that would get $2,041 a month. By the time they're 70, that figure would be $3,720. So obviously it looks like the best time to take it would be at the age of 70. That's the highest payout, provided we have enough money in the portfolio to make up for that difference and to have that income come from other sources during that interim. Isn't that true?
Yep, that's absolutely true.
I guess some actuaries came together and they looked at the numbers and they said, well, you do have to live a certain amount of time to make up for that income that you missed out if you waited to 70, and that figure, that's somewhere around the age of 81. But now, Frankie, that isn't always the best time to take Social Security. Sometimes there's advanced strategies that we utilize that helps people as well. Why don't you tell the folks about that couple that came in just a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, this couple that just came in the other day. He was 60 years old, she was 58, and, he was the breadwinner of the family, and his Social Security was more than double what hers would have been. So when we looked at it and said, okay, does it make sense to turn it on for her at this time? Does it make sense to turn it on for him at this time? We looked at each of the options, and what made the most sense for them was for her to turn on her own Social Security at age 62 and then keep riding that out until age 68 when he turned on his Social Security when he was age 70, and that's what optimized their Social Security income that they got. And their original plan was to take it when they both turned full retirement age. By utilizing the advanced strategies that we were able to show them, they were able to have an extra $72,000 in their pocket from Social Security. Now this isn't going to necessarily work in every case, but it could make a huge difference when you look into the Social Security strategies that we're using. And that's why it's important to talk to a professional who understands, when's the best time to take it. Look into all the different various options that you do have.
So by sitting and talking with us, they were actually able to bring in an extra $72,000 into their home right through Social Security that they would not have had if they didn't sit and talk with us and find out how to do things the proper way. So, the other thing that we should talk about also is pension options. There's a lot of folks that still have, there's not as many, but there's still a lot of folks that still have pensions, and they have to choose the right pension option. For many folks, they like to, they have the choice of taking an income that will last as long as they do. So they can choose this higher income, and when they pass away, it passes away with them. And for most married folks, or for a lot of married folks, they prefer to take one that's a little bit lower, but it continues to come in. If they pass away, their spouse continues to get that income. Yeah. So I'm going to tell our folks about a couple that came in, because there's actually a third option too, where you can take a a lump sum option and just not take an income, but take a lump sum of cash instead. And a lot of folks like to choose that one. You know why, Frankie?
Why is that?
Because what they're doing, they're concerned that what if something happens and they pass away younger? What if a pickle truck hits their car and the two of them pass away and that income is gone? They've worked their entire life for that pension and now it's completely gone. So a lot of folks do like to take the lump sum pension. Mm-hmm. Now, we had some folks come in a couple of months ago, and when I sat down with them and I was looking at their plan, and he had already started taking his pension, and it was a very good pension. And between that and Social Security, they were living comfortably, and they enjoyed their lifestyle, and they didn't really need more income. She was going to retire, and she was going to pick pension options. And they came to me and they said, Frank, can you help us pick this pension option? We're not sure which way to go here. And I said, sure. In looking at their particular situation, they didn't have a ton of money saved. Mm-hmm. But their income worked for them now. My concern was their pension was not going to go up with inflation, but I was pretty sure inflation was going to continue to rise.
Yes.
So even though that income worked for them now, I didn't think it was going to work for them in the future, and they didn't have a ton of other money saved. So my suggestion to them was, hey, take that money as a lump sum option, invest it, and then what they can do is, as they need it to start increasing their income later with the cost of inflation, they can start to use that income. So having us there to help them to make the right decisions with their pension plans, helping folks to make the right decisions with their Social Security, is the reason people come to A Better Way Financial, is one of the important reasons to come to A Better Way Financial. And that's why we're here to serve you.